Okay, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. So today I wanted to make a quick lesson going into the law and a couple things that some people new to this truth may not know on how you're supposed to live, how we're supposed to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. And yeah, I'm gonna go into that because a lot of people nowadays think that Yahweh Shai came on the scene, um, and he did cover our sins. He died for our sins, but that doesn't mean we should keep sinning. Okay, we're supposed to keep living righteously according to the law. So we're gonna go into that. So this is Matthew 5 and 17. This is Yahweh Shai speaking through Matthew, and it says, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill." Right? He didn't come to destroy the law. He came to fulfill the prophecies and what was written. "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled." Okay? "Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven." And this was, um, this was when Yahweh Shai was on the scene, and that's 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 plain. We're supposed to do the law, practice it, teach others, and whosoever teaches them that you should do the law, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So, same thing. This is Romans 6 and 1. And it says, "What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin, that grace may abound?" And the answer to that is no. We should not continue in sin, because from sin comes death, right? That's how we die, through sin. But even though Yahweh Shai came to take away our reproach, to take away our sin, it doesn't mean that we should continue sinning. We should keep living to the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, and it says, "God forbid, how shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein?" And then this is Judges 5 and 11, and it says, "They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water," right? "There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord." And what are the righteous acts? The law, statutes, and commandments. And the reason it says rehearse is because we are not able to have the law 100% in these bodies, because these bodies are built to sin. It is impossible for us to keep all the law, statutes, and commandments at this time. That's why in the second covenant, the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be in our inward parts, and we're going to have new bodies. That's that second covenant. And right now we're in grace, so we're supposed to rehearse the righteous acts. And it says, "Even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel, then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates," right? Because us doing these righteous acts and rehearsing it and teaching others, it brings people in, and it opens people's minds. Ultimately, though, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is the one who opens people's eyes up, because we have no control over that. So now I'm going to go into Leviticus, the rules, or what was said about the food, because a lot of people think they can eat whatever they want, and that's not true. We're going to go into that here. So let's see where I start. This was Moses speaking to the Israelites from out of Egypt, and pretty much telling them like what Yahweh was telling Moses to tell him, like the new law, the new commandments, and what beasts are clean and unclean. So let's just actually start from the top. "And the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud, among the beasts that shall ye eat. And let's actually look this up because a lot of people do not know what this means. Chew its cud. What animals chew cud? Let's see if we can find something going into explaining what chewing the cud is. Yeah, the reason is that cows must chew their food twice in order to digest it properly. So, when a cow first takes a bite, it chews just enough to moisten the food. Once swallowed, the food goes into the first section of the rumen, where it mixes with other acidic digestive liquids and is softened. The softened food is called cud, small balls of food. Next, the rumen muscles send the cud back up to the cow's mouth, and then it is re-chewed and swallowed again. So that's that action that the animal has to do for you to be able to eat it. And a lot of people don't know that. And here we keep reading, it says, nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, and he is unclean unto you, right? And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, which is pork, a lot of people don't know that this day that swine is pork, pig. You're not supposed to eat pig. Like, that's actually disgusting. It's actually been shown that there's parasites that no matter how much heat you put on the meat, like it's always going to be there. And it says, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch, they are unclean to you. Now here it goes into the animals in the water. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you, right? So anything that doesn't have fins or scales. So what does that mean? That means you can't eat no shrimp, no lobster, no crab, no clams. Basically, like 80%, 50% of what America eats today, you're not supposed to eat. All those foods you're not supposed to eat. Anything that doesn't have fins and scales, you're not supposed to eat. They shall be and we keep going. 11. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. And here it goes into the fowls in the air, what you can eat. You're not supposed to eat eagles, ossifrage, osprey, and yeah, this one is the animals in the air. So that summarizes a good amount of the animals we're supposed to eat. And another thing that Jake doesn't know is that you're not supposed to get lineups. You're not supposed to line up your beard, and you're not supposed to get tattoos. Okay? Here it says also you're not supposed to eat blood, like steaks, or if you go to what's it called, a restaurant, and you get the steak like rare, like you're not supposed to do that because the life is in the blood. That's what it says. It says, ye shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantment nor observe times. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads. Why? Because that's a Roman and Greek custom. Neither shalt thou mark the corners of thy beard. Right? Don't get no damn lineups. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. And here it keeps going. Do not prostitute thy daughter. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards. And yeah, there's a lot of laws actually. I think there's 613 laws, statutes, and commandments from the Old Testament. And the thing is, how I said, we are not able to keep all of these. Like, it is impossible to keep every single law. That's why we're under grace. That's why Yahushua died on the cross for Israel, right? And just to sum it up, these are the 10 Commandments. You shall have no other gods before me, right? This world, they think that there's so many gods now that our people have fell onto, and that's actually prophesied that because we didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, we're going to be scattered and we were to serve gods and idols in other lands. You shall not make for yourself an idol. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. And that actually goes into calling Yahweh and Yahushai different names, such as Jesus Christ and every single thing you can think of: Yeshua, Yah, Joshua, Jehovah, I mean. All these are misusing the name of the Lord. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. Honor your father and your mother. A lot of people don't do that either this day. They think, fuck my mom, fuck my dad. Like, no. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. And adultery in this society is actually seen as an accomplishment. It's seen as a, like, yeah, I fucked that guy's girl. Like, yeah, I did that. Like, it's looked as an accomplishment. That's how you know that this society is just filled with sin, and that's how you know we're in Babylon the Great, the whoredom. 8. You shall not steal. Same thing as 7. Big thing in the society. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor, and you shall not covet. And if we look into the word covet, a lot of people do not know what this means. It means to yearn to possess or have. So if you look at someone that has a nice car, you shouldn't think like, damn, I really want that. Like, damn, like, you're not supposed to think like that. You're supposed to be humble and just be humble, be meek, but still have confidence. You can have meekness and be humble and still have confidence. So yeah, just wanted to go pull out a couple scriptures about what to do, how we're supposed to follow certain laws, how we're not supposed to eat certain foods, you're not supposed to get lineups, you're not supposed to get tattoos, because majority of people do these things not knowing. And this is why we're here. We have to spread this message, feed his sheep, to reach that elect. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to make my calling and election sure. So once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, Yahweh, who the world so ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai Yahushai is who the world so ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Those words, Yahweh and Yahushai, are in the Paleo Hebrew, the original tongue, the Lashawan Kodash, and that's the only way. When you pray, you're actually speaking to him. You're actually speaking to the true power. Because when you say Jesus Christ or Joshua or Yeshua or Yah or Jehovah, it's like if I was calling you a different name, you wouldn't even turn around to talk to me or respond. Okay? And double honors to the apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. And hopefully this reaches that hopeful elect, that 144,000, that 1/3. And shalom.